It
Mm.
pissed me off more than anything. And then it hit me. What actually really stopped me, it took my older brother and his friend. They got fucked up along the way trying to stop me because I looked at my sister and I said, "Bitch, you're next." And what stopped me is that moment right after they had grabbed me. I shoved one of them off. I'd hauled off and kicked the other one right in the face, busted his nose open and everything. Got ready to come back for a swing on the other one on my older brother, getting ready to fuck his shit up. And it hit me.
It appears
Stop.
that your brother don't have the
It
mutations that you got.
it hit me dead in my
Mm-hmm.
tracks. That moment of deja vu. And I
Mm-hmm.
went back to that premonitic dream that I had when I was a kid. That
Mm-hmm.
happened in my dream. Just the details weren't all there. Just that going down a flight of stairs because I'd looked down the stairs as I was flying over the stairs. Because a couple of my feet did touch the bottom stairs when I hit. I felt that in my dream. I knew what it was, instinctually.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to tell my mother I had a dream of falling down the stairs. Well, that's what it was. It was kind of like a nightmare, kind of, but it really did come real. And that's what it was. It was me getting shoved off the fucking top landing and hitting the floor down below, and my feet hitting a couple of stairs going down towards the bottom of the stairs. It's weird, but yeah, it happened.
So what happened? Let me tell that dream. You might get uncomfortable or something weirded out, but
Oh,
I'm just
trust
gonna
me, it's
continue
hard
this.
to,
I'm
make
just
me
gonna
feel
continue
uncomfortable,
this.
weird me out.
I'm just gonna continue this dream.
Go for it.
I'm just gonna continue this dream from beginning to the end.
All right.
So it's the cave dream. I do not continue.
Mm-hmm.
So after I woke up in this cave was not like cold. It was cold and dark, but it was not that dark. I can see everything around me, but in a weird vision. But
Like
that
a
cave
night
was
vision
like
kind of thing.
all, but it was kind of, but there was blood everywhere dripping from the top of the cave and also around it. The water was blood. It was like the caving that had water in it was all blood. It was all colored red.
Huh.
Then I go then I go and walk forward while being fully naked and I feel cold and afraid. I continue to walk forward, and I see two corpses,
Huh.
and for some and those corpses made me cry because I recognized those corpses. This was my mom and my dad, dead.
Wow.
Two rotting corpses that can barely be recognized.
Well, there is some dreams like that for people like me that have
Hmm.
like premonitic dreams.
Hmm.
It's kind of a foretelment for the future. It
Then what
may be
happened
something
is.
that may be kind of true, but due to the fact that you told me before about one of your what I'd call premonitic dreams,
Mm.
but because your dreams are gory, so to
Mm.
speak, for lack of a
So
better term, but
then what happened is, I see it, then I look on for some reason I started looking left on the bottom, in the blood in the puddle in front of me. The blood started to clot up and go into a tornado form, like a small tornado form. And suddenly, a small hand, this small skeletal hand, started to emerge out of it, just for the blood to form around it and form weird scaly flesh
interesting.
around it.
Hmm.
And that hand from the palm of that hand opened an eye that looked at me. And suddenly and then I suddenly from behind me I feel a force it grabbed me by the spine of my back like a spike just going straight into my back. I felt the pain. I was literally screaming in real life while being asleep from that pain that I felt in the back of mine. And suddenly I feel lifted up in the air, then bashed into the ground.
Huh. And you keep having this dream?
Yes, again and again, except every time it becomes even longer. The
I
first
have a
time
question for you.
the first
The
time.
premonitic dream you told me about just a moment ago,
Hmm.
how long before you ran into your aunt? What's the time range?
A day after the dream.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Because I know, like, my premonition dreams, years later, those kind of things came to life. Sometimes. Sometimes it was
Then
shorter times. Sometimes between those premonition pictures in that dream, there's years in between. That's how I know
uh,
my life is going according to plan. According to that dream, everything. There's sometimes years, sometimes it's months, sometimes it's just weeks. Or days, sometimes, actually. It
so
varies.
so in
There's
the
not a
first time
set
after
time and
so
stone on time
so
frame,
in the
but
first time after I was grabbed and bashed to the
okay,
ground
I'll
by this
ask you
weird spikes
this.
from behind. Mhm.
How old were you? Did you see yourself in the dream?
I was 12. I did not see myself, but I didn't realize everything around me for some
Hmm.
reason. After that, I was grabbed from spikes from behind while screaming in real life. My family wasn't home. I was alone while being 12. They went out shopping. I don't like to go with the family shopping. I like to stay alone in the
Because
house.
you are aware of what
So,
dreams are, right?
mhm. What
It's your
exactly?
subconscious.
Ah.
Because when you go into a sleep and you reach REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement, um,
Mhm.
your body kind of goes into like a standby mode, basically.
Mhm.
And you reach REM sleep, that's your dream state, is what that
Mhm.
is. That's when you start dreaming. Well,
Mhm.
some of the stuff that like goes through day-to-day life or what's happened,
Mhm.
in their life so far, whatever, sometimes
Mhm.
some of that will come back and kind of incorporate itself into your dreams. Sometimes.
Like how
But
someone says we all have our
it'll
demons.
be misinterpreted kind of things.
Yes.
You know what I'm getting at then.
hmm So let me continue. By the way, I while I was screaming in real life while being asleep, because I live with my family on the second floor, and the first floor was my
Hmm.
grandma and grandpa, my
They heard
uncle,
you?
and the other two uncles, and my the family downstairs and the family upstairs, which has left to go shopping.
Hmm.
So pretty much, I was screaming, and they would hear me fucking screaming like I was being stabbed.
Wow.
So those spikes grabbed me in the dream and fucking dropped me to the ground. Then my right arm snapped off and broke and I feel all the blood and pain coming out of it. I start
Well,
trying to use my right hand to try and crawl away from the spikes. I try to crawl away with this hand.
huh.
Then I suddenly hear a weird shout and scream behind me. Just from my other hand that I'm trying to crawl away with,
Hmm.
get plucked out with a machete, slapped down.
Wow.
Then I just wake up by my grandpa slapping me.
Uh, One thing that may work for you, considering you have had a premonition dream before, do some research on.
Mhm.
You can actually find it online, actually,
Because for some reason, when every because this
dreams on
because but by the way,
research
I'm
on
talking about the
dreams.
first time. hmm
Do some research on that. It may give you some insight as to what the entirety of that dream means.
hmm By the way, this is the first time I told you that every dream that was this was longer.
Hmm.
Then the second time, all everything before then the second time came literally a
What
month
point
after the
are you
first
at
time.
so far since it's gotten lengthier and you've had it numerous times?
With each dream, it seems to be like 5 minutes longer than the past one.
So you get further and further into it.
hmm
So which means
This time,
subconsciously your brain is trying to tell you something.
hmm so
It's
now
not
this.
foretold that that's going to happen, no,
Mm,
but it can be signs that your subconscious is trying to subconsciously tell you something.
uh, so then what
Like I
happens?
said, do some research into what they call dream research.
Mm.
There is actually people
But
around the world that research dreams as to what
but the
they mean.
second, so let's go into the second time now. By the way, I had this dream
Now, what
again
about
for
the most?
for about 20 times.
Okay, what about the most recent time?
What do you mean the most recent time?
The most
Oh, it was
recent
the last
time,
time it happened?
yeah, the most recent time you've had a dream compared
Two
to the
days ago.
first. Compared to the first, how much of a difference is there?
Oh, yeah, it gets very different from time to time. So the second time, this time I woke up like before in the cave, cold blood and coming from up. Then I
Mm-hmm.
wake up, but this time my left hand had a red amulet in it
Hmm.
with gold around it. And then I look, then I walk up as I see again my parents' corpses in front of me. I start
Mm-hmm.
sobbing in my dream again. Then I look left, the cave from far away. I go and see a red light, a red terrifying light. Just for some reason, I got scared from that light, that lights up like red. Then suddenly I look right and start running away with fast as I can with this amulet with me.
Now, the most recent one you've had,
Then
this
what
last
happened?
one, what happened in that
The,
one?
then
In the
in the
most
second
recent
one,
one?
I'll tell you. Give me one. Then in the second one, what happened? I feel like the spikes again are behind me. I feel like something is about to hurt me. Then my right leg gets slashed off with a spike, just slashing it
Hmm.
off while I'm trying to run away, and I do feel the pain of it. But this time I wasn't screaming. While I was sleeping, my aunt recorded me. I was smiling.
Hmm.
While in the second time, I was smiling in my sleep.
Interesting.
So
Now,
I
what
continue
about
to
the
try and walk
most
away.
recent time, though? How much more
The
has been
most,
added
the
to the
most
dream?
reason. Oh, so much more. So much more.
Wow. I gotta check and see what
The.
time it is, because I'm gonna have to get up early as shit in the morning.
Uh,
Yeah, it's
uh,
5:28 in the morning. I gotta be up by 8. So I'm gonna have to try and catch me some sleep.
okay.
So we're gonna stick a pin in that, and we're
Okay.
gonna do some analogy on your dream later.
Okay.
But very interesting so far.
Mm.
Interesting, because your brain is trying to tell you something.
Mm.
Like I said, go with what you've been through in the dream and everything. Do some research on what dreams mean.
Mm.
Like dream research. There's people that actually do that. There's scientists that
Mm.
actually do it. That research into what dreams mean and everything. Do some studies on the side, like in your free time or whatever. Do some research
Mhm.
into that as to what that dream can potentially mean. Because it means something. Your subconscious is trying to tell you something. It may not be,
But the weird
how
thing
can I
about that
put
spike,
this,
it
more or less
wasn't a spike of
important?
metal. It was a black spike that had blood all over it. That was cutting
Huh.
me.
Yeah, because your dream's
But
trying to tell you
but the
something.
machete, but the machete was grabbed by a weird meaty hand that was laughing.
Well, like I said, your
That
dream's
cut
trying
my
to tell
hand the
you
first.
something. Just what? I'm not for sure. And another person commented on my YouTube video. Jeez. That makes like over 10 just today alone, literally. I got a lot of comments on those two videos. Literally.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try and catch me some sleep. Yep. Set my alarm and it popped up 3 hours from now. Oof. Yeah, I better try and catch me some sleep. It's gonna be a long day.
Well, I'll see you later.
Yeah, but hey, if you're on, well, for you, it's during the daytime, I'm pretty sure. Because it
Yeah,
is,
for me it's currently 2 p.m.
yeah, for me, it's 5:30 in the morning.
Uh,
You gotta think different time
because
zones, different part of the world. Yeah, that kind of
yeah,
thing. But I'm normally up at night. Sometimes I'm not up throughout the night, but
yeah.
I've been playing a rather addictive game. I like this game. And I've been
Okay,
shooting the shit with you, but definitely
okay
nice
then.
talking to you. But before I forget, I'm gonna send you a friend request.
Okay.
Set to share.
What do you mean audio to share?
Check your broadcast and share settings. Check it real quick.
No, I disabled the ability to share my voice with the broadcast and the broadcasting.
I was. Is it set to share in the party chat?
No, I disabled the voice completely.
Ah,
You can,
well, since I
you
stream,
can
I've
only
got
hear the
mine
game.
set to share. I was getting ready to say, I can actually save the video if you would have had your mic set to share through party chat and save on like your videos and stuff. It'll save on mine too, and I could actually post this on YouTube. Yep,
The
no joke.
party is set on share.
Yours is?
My party voice, yes, it's set on to share.